Shalom Israel, we are the Isupk, I'm the Commander General, Your Honor, coming out of 125th Street, 1 West Harlem, New York. We are not affiliated with no other Israelite groups or camps out there. First up, we're gonna talk about oppression, because oppression is serious in America for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And we need to understand what oppression is, because a lot of us don't even know what oppression is. We don't know how to identify it. We don't know what it looks like. We don't know basically what it is, So we're going to get into that tonight. But before we do, is there any questions on the line? Any questions on the line, Kat?
It is. We'll get the questions.
All right, we'll get them questions later. A little bit later, we're going to proceed with it. I want to read this topic real fast. About you got that topic for me up? Go on, read that for me. I don't think your mic on.
Sir?
Sluggy. Let him get his little mic on real fast. Yeah, we got it. And anybody on the line who's not watching on Facebook but listening on the line, we having a few technical difficulties. We're gonna get that taken care of real fast. We get these mics taken care of real fast. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and this technology barely works, but it works for him though. He probably outside somewhere. I wouldn't put it past him like Captain Katazan said.
The box.
Like Captain Katazan said, I wouldn't put it past. He got scramblers outside, outside the school, watching us and doing all of that stuff like that, because the white man is watching us. FBI and all of that stuff, So I'm gonna read it, get the scripture real fast for my argument about oppression. We're gonna jump into Isaiah 3:12 real fast, because blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians need to understand that what's happening to us in America is real life oppression. It's real life destruction, and to keep a slave, you gotta keep them under oppression. You gotta keep them not knowing their identity. You gotta cause them to turn against one another, and you gotta keep a slave master or oppressor over their heads. The oppressor is the police officers. The police officers in the criminal justice system, in which they try to claim that we the biggest criminals in America. In reality, we're not the biggest criminals in America. The white man is the biggest terrorist and criminal in America. Right. And he's doing so much to every nation on the earth, which all nations hate us for some reason. It's in the scriptures, that's scriptural. But all nations hate us on the earth. They all against us. So while we trying to attach ourselves to every nation on the earth, we're trying to attach ourselves to the Asians and the Africans and the white man and the Arab. We're trying to attach. We got love for every nation on the earth but our own. In the ghettos, we treat each other like outsiders. We treat each other like we the biggest enemies to one another, and we're not the biggest enemy to one another. So with that being said, let me read Isaiah 3:12 real fast. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. As for my people, children are their oppressors. What it means by that is like, the white man, every other nation, they bring they have their young. Their young have more power than us. The young have more power than us. The children are our oppressors. It's going from one generation to the next. One generation to the next. This generation oppressing us, that generation oppressing us, and it's just being, handed down from one generation of the Edomites to the next. Their kids is now oppressing us. And it's like as simple as a child is. Go ahead. We having technical difficulties. Hold on. I'll go on. out the mic. Give me Isaiah 3:12 from y'all. Better yet, can you give me that story? Just read that story out loud. You know.
Oh God. Teen fatally stabbed for listening to rap music.
Now, it's this young black man stabbed. He's a teenager. He was stabbed by an Edomite for just listening to rap music. That's oppression. You gotta understand. You gotta be able to identify. You gotta be able to know what oppression is. That is oppression. When you now, this is supposed to be the land of the free. The land of the free. You're supposed to be able to listen to and like whatever music that it is that you want to like. Should I stop that live over there, Ron? Should I start that live over there? You should be able to listen to whatever genre of music that you want to listen to. But in America, you can't.
Right.
You can't be black and listen to a hardcore rap. You can't be black and I don't know why they so upset about us listening to rap anyways when we created every genre of music anyways. So it don't matter if we listening to country music, it don't matter if we listening to rap music, it don't matter if we listen to jazz or R&B, they gonna still hate us. Cause that's in their nature. They are our enemies at birth. It's in their nature for them to hate us. You know, so with that being said, you know, go get into the topic for me, y'all. Why?
Oh God. A 17-year-old was fatally stabbed Thursday at a Peoria, Arizona gas station, convenience store, by a man who told investigators he didn't like rap music.
Okay, now, this is him in his right mind. This shows you the nature of white people. Him in his right mind, he believes that he is justified for stabbing that boy, for that teenager. He believes in his right mind that he's justified and he has every reason to kill that young man for the music that he's listening to. Why in the world would the white man think in his mind that he is justified for killing that boy, stabbing that boy because he's listening to rap music? You know why he thought that? Because that's white privilege. That shows you the standard of the white man and his mindset in America as opposed to the black man and his standard in America and how the white man feels towards the black man in America. You know, when they see you, they hate you.
Right.
When they see that fro that the Most High has, or that Christ has, or that the angels got, when they see that afro, and they see them baggy clothes, or you might not even have baggy clothes. When they see you with your little swag and you just being in your own little world, that offends white people. Because this country was made for them. They hate you deep down inside. Everything that you do offends white people. And you know why they able to get away with stabbing brothers and killing brothers and brothers having hoodies on? You know, Shalaki. You know why they able to get away with that stuff is because that's their privilege. You are still considered a slave in America. There's nothing you can do to raise yourself out of this slavery except obey the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
That's right.
That's pretty much the only thing you can do. You can't get out of this slavery thinking you kissing a white man's butt is going to get you where you need to be. Kissing a white man's butt is going to allow you to get up out of slavery and going to allow him to love you. He's never going to love you. He's never going to like you. He's never going to treat you as his equal. He's never going to do any of that. You know, give me Psalms 107:39. You know, because this story is unique, and the reason why I want to bring it out is it shows the privilege and the oppression of the white man. It shows you Like, he felt in his mind that he should stab you over whatever music you're listening to. So why can't we stab the white man? Shalaki. Why can't we stab the white man? I'm recovering from a cold, y'all. Shalaki. Excuse me for that. But, why can't we prosecute the white man for the hard rock that he listened to? Nobody judges the white man for that messy music that he be listening to. All they doing is yelling and screaming on the mic.
Right.
They ain't spit no lyrics. They ain't got no rhythm. They ain't got no beat. It don't captivate you at all. The white man's music does not captivate you at all. But we don't say, okay, well, I'm gonna stab him because he's listening to hard rock. You know what I do? I turn the other way. I don't even want to hear that stuff, all that screaming. That stuff gives me a headache. When I hear the white man in this hard rock, I be having a headache. Like, man, this is nonsense. What is he listening to? I tried to even listen to it, tried to give it a chance. I should have never did that. That was the biggest mistake of my life.
Right.
I tried to listen to that crowd. He yelling, jumping off, jumping in mosh pits and all types of stuff. Like, what's wrong with him? Is he high? 9 times out of 10, he probably was high. But that was just a little sidebar. But just to hit on the topic, it's just the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of,
right.
And by him stabbing his boy because he's listening to rap shows the privilege and the mindset of white America. You think you shuck and jive with white America all day thinking that they like you and they love you. In reality, they hate your guts. They hate everything about you. They hate your swag. They hate the way you carry yourself. They hate your hair. They hate the way you comb your hair. They think it's abomination. I seen this one girl on Facebook, touching this little black girl hair. They just picking with her. Like, it was like 3 little white girls there in the class. They had to be every bit of 8th grade, 9th grade. And they in the back of the class, the little girl trying to learn. The little black girl trying to learn. They just all in her hair, like, oh, wow, do your hair grow like this? And different stuff like that. Like, do your fur grow like that? Like, why is you asking this girl, first of all, you should be paying attention in class. You shouldn't even be bothering the student while she's trying to pay attention in class and trying to learn. But that shows you the white privilege, and they blatantly doing it. They blatantly in this girl hair, so that shows you the teacher's mindset. The teachers, like, why did they tell these students to sit down or leave this girl alone? They condone the bullying because that's their children. You having these white teachers teach your children, these white men and women teaching your children, which they ain't really teaching your children nothing, and they're allowing bigotry and oppression to happen to your children. That's why black kids be committing suicide when they be going to them suburban schools. When they go to them better schools with the better books and so-called better schools with the better books and the better curriculums and the better equipment for sports and all of that stuff, they got the better equipment, but your child is suffering in that school. Your child is suffering in that class. Your child is being oppressed in that class.
Right.
They gonna be traumatized coming out of that school. They're gonna either lose integrity, self-confidence. They're gonna either lose that, or they're gonna be traumatized. They're gonna start hating themselves.
Right.
They're gonna be self-hate after that. And I witnessed a lot of black students that went to white schools and suburban schools that hate themselves. You could tell they don't even think that they're black. They be acting like they white, and they be thinking that they white. They like Raven Simone. What she said, she was dark chocolate, dark white. Like, what is dark white? Like, you don't know that you black? Like, there's no such thing as dark white. What is that, the reverse side of Hershey's cookies and cream?
Right.
Hershey's chocolate. Like you white chocolate, you dark white. You chocolate white. That's
Tan.
right, tan. You got a tan, a permanent tan. You got a permanent tan. Go ahead, sis. You got something to say?
Concert. So like, yesterday it was a diversity training at my job, and this came up as far as the institutional racism, and we had to pick like one of the agreements or something that happened in the past. So it was Brown versus the Board of Education, where they said
Right.
where they sent the different white kids to black schools and black kids to white schools.
Right.
And so I brought up my situation on how I switched from a city school, which is majority black, to the county school, which was, the culture was white teachers, and they don't want to teach us, because they feel like we dumb. And so
Right.
a coworker said that her daughter went from a city school, which is, majority black,
Right.
and went to a Parkway school, which is all white kids, all white schools, and they were saying that her kid was dumb and she wasn't learning because she was slow getting used to the culture around her, seeing all these
Right.
devils. She's seeing all these devils she's not used to.
She culturally shocked.
Exactly. So that's what they called it, and she said they ended up testing her. Her kid was normal, and when she got, used to it, she started to come around, but it was a culture shock because we used to, our people loud, rowdy, or
Right.
we're used to the teachers that is our skin color that relate to us because of
Right.
the own situations that we go through.
And not just that, to add on to what you're saying, because what you're saying is heavy. The sister probably was afraid. The little girl probably was afraid in that school.
Right.
And it wasn't just that she was culturally shocked, which she probably was, more than likely she was, because that's a cultural shock. That's what a cultural shock is. You go from one environment to the next, and you gotta adapt. And they're not allowing you to adapt. White people don't allow you to adapt.
Right.
They ridicule you, they mess with you, they pick with you, they say all types of derogatory words unto you. I can imagine what that little girl went through. Transitioning from MPS school, a public school, or urban school to probably a private school or a suburban school. Which the majority of them is white. And blacks only do that because they want a better education for their kids. They want their kids to be established better than what they are, but because the public schools don't have that much funding, so they don't have the equipment for the sports. I was on the sports team. I was on almost every sports team in high school and middle school, but it's like we didn't have the equipment. But that's where that raw skill come in. And that's a little sidebar. That's where the raw skill of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians come in at. Cause they're not being trained like with the best equipment, with the best batting gear, with the best football pass. I went through 2 years of football without even a cup. I'm trying to tackle and hold my private parts at the same time. I'm trying to make sure I don't be damaged for life and trying to make an amazing tackle. That shows you right there, that's why blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians be a lot better than, whites in sports. Not just for that reason, but simply because our genes is better and we just better, period. But, that was just a little sidebar. But, like the sister was saying, she was probably culturally shocked. She was culturally shocked, and all the bigotry that was going on, I can imagine what that sister went through.
Right.
That sister probably was going through hell in that school. I wouldn't even do my child like that. I wouldn't transition my child. If I want my child to get a better learning, a better, teaching, I would try, if I got the funds, I would try to give her a private tutor or something like that. Or, if I don't have the funds, I would do it myself. But I wouldn't send my daughter or my son through no trauma like that. My daughter or my son mess around and have PTSD for the rest of their life. Now they traumatized, and that stuff sticks with you. That stuff hurts you. And being a child going through it, like we are adults, so we used to it. We know how the white man is. We know his character. We know everything about the white man. Well, the majority of us in the UPK do. Them brothers don't. But we know how the white man is. We know the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's
We
right.
know that he don't love us and he don't care about us.
Right.
We know that he hates us and he shoots us down and kills us every chance that he gets. Just because of our skin color, just because of our style, just because the way we carry ourselves. You know, that is considered oppression. You know, not being able to go to a good school, you know, first of all, they make you jump through obstacles and loops just to get into them schools. You know, that the normal white kids that got white privilege, they don't have to jump through the loops. They get in them schools. We gotta drive hundreds of miles out of our way just to and lie about our address just to get our kids in them type of schools. You know, and that's oppression. We gotta understand that's oppression. That's a trap. That's what the white man is trying to do to us. He's trying to demean us. He's trying to, you know, put us down and keep us a slave. And that's how he does it. You know, that's how he keeps us a slave. You know, that's how he keeps us oppressed and down. You know, and with that being said, read that verse for me, Bob.
Psalms 107 verse 39. Again they are menaced and brought low.
Again they are what?
Menaced.
Diminished. They are diminished. Why are they diminished? Why are people diminished? Because of what that little sister is going through. That's why we are diminished. Because we don't have the proper equipment and books and things to make us Shalaki. I don't understand what you're saying. I don't read this. But yeah, whatever. Just make it for me, man. But yeah, whatever. You know, that's why they are diminished. That's why blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are diminished. You know, they're diminished because they're being oppressed. And the white man knows to keep a slave, to keep us down and to prevent us from raising up, you know, he gas to oppress us. He gas to limit us. He gas to enslave us psychologically. He has to keep us a slave, to keep us downtrodden, because blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians would have been came together and been came up. You know, we still coming up, even with the oppression of the white man. But the reason why we ultimately will not come up, and the reason why we ultimately cannot bypass, you know, all of these curses is because, for that reason, it's a curse. You know, it's the Lord that's pushing us back. It's the Lord that's preventing us from prospering. It's the Lord that's doing those things.
Right.
You know, it's not the white man. He's not great at anything that he does.
Right.
But you know, the Lord said you will be of subjection unto your enemies. You know, I'm paraphrasing, of course, but that's what the Lord is doing to us. You know, with that being said, read that article for me. Read some more of that article. Go on.
The victim, who has not been identified, walked outside and collapsed. He was taken to a hospital where he died.
He died on the scene. He basically died on the scene. You know, he didn't make it to the hospital, so he basically was DOA. This white man, this devil stabbed this brother because he was listening to rap music. Now, would the devil would have stabbed him? Do y'all think the devil would have stabbed him if he was listening to hard rock?
Nuh-uh.
Absolutely, he would have. You know why he would have stabbed him for listening to hard rock? He would have,
Because he was black.
He would have stabbed him, right. That's because that's just in his heart. It didn't have nothing to do with rap music. It didn't have nothing to do with what he was listening to. That brother could have been listening to hard rock. The devil would have said, oh, well, he don't have the right to listen to hard rock. And I stabbed him, and he stabbed him. That's what he would have did. So that shows you the motive of the white man. He just hates your guts. That's all it is. That's the bottom line to it. He is our natural born enemy. The white man coming out of the womb, you should fear you shouldn't fear Shalagi, and it ain't no need to fear the white man, because we a lot stronger and a lot more intelligent than the white man, so Shalagi. But you should be cautious of the white man the day you come out of your womb. You should be taught that by your parents the day you come out of your womb. That the white man and his child, and his dog, and his granny, and his grandma, and his granddad, everything that pertains to the white man, you should be cautious of.
That's right.
You know, you should be cautious of the white man pets. I'm scared of the German Shepherds. I'm cautious of German Shepherds, because them are normally white people dogs. You know, like Pits and Rottweilers are normally black people dogs. When I see a German Shepherd, I'm cautious of it. I don't care if it's a black person that got it or anything, because in my mind, I'm cautious of everything that pertains to the white man.
Right.
Because he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. He's my natural born enemy. So in my mind, I'm cautious of everything that pertains to him. The German Shepherd I normally see with white people. So guess what I'm going to be? I'm going to be cautious of the German Shepherd. I wonder why white people love German Shepherds. Love Shepherds, period. Love Lavenders, whatever. Labrador Retrievers. However would I say that? What is it? A Labrador Retriever? A lab. Basically a lab. I'm cautious of those dogs because they pertain to white people.
Right.
So I think the dogs is the devil. The dogs ain't did nothing to me. A German Shepherd ain't did nothing to me. But I hate a German Shepherd. The police tried to sick a few of them on me. For that reason I hate them. I hate the white man. I hate what? What white people like? They like hard rock. I hate hard rock. Well, what else white people like? Hockey. I hate hockey. It's too cold. I'm a nigga. I don't like cold. White people like the Caucasus Mountains. What? I don't even like mountains. I don't even like going up hills.
Right.
I stay down here. I don't even want to walk up a hill. I hate everything that pertains to the white man because he's my natural born enemy. So with that, read some more of that verse,
The victim was listening to rap music.
Shalaki, the verse, the scripture.
Kind of a guy.
Psalms 147.
Psalm 147.
Well, 107, Shalaki, 107. And 39.
Kind of a kind. Brought low through oppression, affliction, and sorrow.
And bow down, do it say bow down or brought low?
Brought low, sir.
Okay, start from the top of it. Shalaki.
Psalms 107, verse 39. Again, they are menaced and brought low through oppression, affliction.
They are brought down. They are diminished through oppression. How are we brought down? Why are we smoking crack? Why are we smoking cigarettes when it clearly say cancer on the front of it? Why are we smoking K2 and sipping lean and doing all of these diabolical drugs that the white man invented, because he's a natural born drug addict? But why are we taking part in all of these health risks and doing all of these things? Because we are brought down. We are brought low through oppression. Through oppression. The white man is oppressing us. The white man is oppressing the children of Israel. And that's because we won't keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. That's because we want to eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. That's because we don't have nothing else to eat. What Jake in the world say when we was on that camp? He said, when I said we can't eat pork, he said, what else is there? like it's nothing. There's no other meat in the world. Like he said, what are we supposed to eat? Like what you mean? What are we supposed to eat? Nigga? It's like a million choices. It's lamb, it's beef, it's chicken, it's turkey, it's fish. Like what you mean? What do you want to eat?
Right.
Just don't eat nothing unlawful. If it ain't unlawful, if it ain't a law against it, it's lawful. Eat anything that's not unlawful. So, but he was just appalled. Like swine is the only thing you can eat. That's why we are being brought low. That's why we are being diminished. That's why the white man is able to conquer us every chance that he gets.
That's right.
That's why we are being oppressed. That's why that white man had white privilege, and he felt like he had white privilege, and stabbed that boy to death. Because he was listening to rap music. When in reality, we know better than that. We know it had nothing to do with rap. It had nothing to do with rap. It had nothing to do with the clothes he had on. It had nothing to do with him going to the gas station. It had nothing to do with him putting $4.75 in gas in his car. Because you know how black people is. They don't want to put no more than the necessary. Like the necessary is what we need to get back and forth. $5. $5.25. Okay, we're gonna put $5.25 because we don't even know if we're gonna be able to use that whole $5.25. That's how oppressed we are. That's how oppressed we are. We don't even know if we're gonna use our whole couple gallons. And the nigga hate to be losing on something like I can't die right now. I still got 2 gallons of gas left. You know I can't go to jail, officer. I can't go to jail. Not today. I just filled my tank up. What are you talking about? You mean to tell me and somebody else gonna use my gas, and when I get out, all my gas gonna be gone? No, I'm not having that today. I'm finna run. But all jokes to the side, it's just, that's oppression. That's oppression from the white man, that we can't even feel, we too cautious, we can't afford to fill our whole tanks up. Because we might need that money for something else. We might need that money for food. We might need that money for hygiene. We might need that food for emergency. The kids might get sick. We might need some emergency medicine, some cough syrup. The kid might catch flu out of the blue. That's a shame. That's oppression. That's oppression because we live in check to check. We live in by face value. We live in day to day.
Right.
And that's why the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man don't mind getting high. Because he's living day to day. He's not even expected to live tomorrow. So you think he's worried about cancer? He might not even make it to get cancer. What is cancer? What is smoking cigarettes? A long-term defect? What are you going to take about 5 years, 10 years for them to get cancer? He's not even worried about it. Because in the black man's mind, he don't think he's going to make it 5 or 10 years. That's oppression. That's you being downtrodden. You being diminished. You being brought down. What's that it for that verse up?
What kind, sir?
Give me Psalms 43 and 2. Because we need to understand, like, oppression is all through the Bible. It's one of the main topics in the Bible. Is the children of Israel being oppressed. And not just by the white man. Of course, the white man is the biggest devil. Of course, the white man is oppressing us the most. But it's not just the white man. The Arab man is oppressing us. The African is oppressing us. The Asians is oppressing us. You ever seen a sister going to the nail shops and the Asian messes up on the sister's lip? The sister will tell exactly what she wants. She'll tell the Asian exactly what she wants. She'll tell the Moabite exactly what she wants. And the Moabite will do exactly what they want to do. And then they will expect you to pay for it. Like, fix my nails. I done seen so many sisters argue and fight with Moabites in them stores, in them nail shops, because them Asians don't care about how they do their nails. They just robbing you. That's why I would suggest a black sister or a sister to learn how to do nails.
Right.
And go to a sister. She might charge a little more. That's because she ain't got a shot on in every corner of the ghetto. That's because she's starting from the bottom. That's because she's trying to build up her empire just like the Asians built it up. But if every sister turned around and went to that sister, she'll have no choice but to give you discounts. She'll do that. You know your sister will give you a discount. You know why your sister is telling you, like, girl, I can't do it right now. Because she ain't got it. You know your sister want to give you a discount, but she can't. Why can't she? Because she ain't got it like that. She's trying to build her empire up. But you'll go to that Asian and get cheated and get mistreated and get talked about because they be talking about you in Japanese and the Chong language, whatever they speaking, the Chinese and all of them different languages. They're talking about you. They most definitely talk. You stink. Your lips too big. Your booty too big. You come in there loud, obnoxious. You just an atrocity to them. That's why, Asians, it's a custom for Asians to cover their nose up when they see black people because they think black people stink. Over there in Asia and China and Japan, you will see that. YouTube, search it out. You will see over there in them foreign countries in Asia, Indonesia, and when they see a black person, they cover their nose up. They actually does that. You don't think that the descendants of the Japanese, of the Indonesians, of the Chinese, you don't think they feel the same way? They already don't intertwine with nobody. There's already a Chinatown in every major city in the United States.
Right.
They already don't deal with nobody. They got their own stores, little Japanese stores that I don't even know. I can't even read the name. I just go past it because it was one up in Milwaukee. This is a little sidebar. It was one up in Milwaukee, and I wanted to, that the stores that I was going to didn't have what I needed. And I wanted to go, I was like, I wonder if they have it in here. I go in there, first everything is in their language. That's how we should be. That's exactly how we should be. Everything should be in Hebrew. And Chinese people coming in there looking and trying to read, trying to guess what it is. It's gonna be a can of dog doo-doo, and they're gonna think it's some red beans and rice. And they ain't gonna know because they're gonna eat dog doo-doo, a can of dog doo-doo, because they don't know. They don't know how to read Hebrew. That's how stupid I looked at going into the Chinese store, grocery store, trying to figure out what the hell, what is what. I'm looking at it like, I'm guessing like, okay, yeah, this is by the produce, so this gotta be that, and that gotta be that. Okay, so this is what I need, huh? No, I ain't even taking a chance. I gotta get up out of here. And they probably wanted me to get up out of here. So that shows you the oppression of the white man and with us in America. Read that verse for me, y'all.
God, Psalm 43 verse 2. For thou art the God of my strength.
The God of my what?
Strength.
The God of my strength. God is our strength. God is our way out of oppression. God is our stronghold. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you got to go back to God. You have to. You have no choice. You have to go back to the Most High. You got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Because this is what? What is God?
Strength.
Our strength. Our strength. You know what the scripture before that said? It said we are weak. We are sorrow. Because of oppression, we are diminished. We are brought down. We are weak because we don't have our strength. What is our strength, LeBron? Who is our strength?
Our God.
Our God is our strength. Our God. Continue with that verse, brother. Come on.
Now, God, why dost thou cast me off? Why go I mourning because of the oppression of the enemy?
Look, it said, he asked him, why have God cast me off? Or why have God forsaken me? Or why have the Most High left us? The Most High, that's what we plead every day. When that's a form of me pleading when I went into that grocery store. When I went into that grocery store, I pleaded. Like, what have I done? You know why? It's on a small, very small scale, but in so many words I pleaded with the Most High. Why have you forsaken me? Because I don't know what none of this means in here. Where is my grocery store? Where is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians grocery store? Where is our safe haven? Where is our businesses? Where is our homes? Our real estate? Our banks? Where is it at? That's a cry for help. When you in there, you confused. When you confused in that grocery store and you don't know what you're looking at, you can't get what you want, and you know the agents coming in, running in and out, running in and out, running in and out, picking up what exactly they need and getting up out of there. I'm stuck. That is a cry for help.
Right.
Why have the Lord forsaken us? Smoking crack is a cry for help. Why have the Lord forsaken us? You know, sending our kids to suburban schools. Why have the Lord forsaken us? That's a cry for help. And we cry for help. In reality, we cry for help like the Lord forsook us, but the Lord haven't forsook us. We forsook the Lord. We don't want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. We don't want to do right by our brothers. We don't want to have brotherhood. We don't want to have sisterhood. We hate each other for what reason? What do sisters hate each other for? It seems like they naturally jealous of one another. Why? When they should love one another. They should be with one another. They should kick it with one another. They should talk with one another. They shouldn't oppress one another. You're doing exactly what the white man wants you to do. When you don't talk to your sister. When you don't greet your sister. When you don't acknowledge your sister. When you don't say thank you to your sister. When you don't say you're welcome to your sister. When you don't have that dialogue with your sister, you're doing exactly what the Bible is talking about. You're oppressing your own sister. You're doing exactly what the white man wants you to do. That is not sisterhood. That is not brotherhood. That is not brotherhood for us to hate one another, to beat each other up. You know, the Lord said, forgive your brother, and when it speaks about brother, it also speaks about sister. It said, forgive your brother 7 times. Matter of fact, give me that scripture. Shalaki. Who know that scripture off the top of their head? Bob? You want to go to the? You gotta hide that for me, huh? You know, the Lord said in so many words, forgive your brother 7 times 77. You know why? You know why the Lord said forgive 7. If your brother fall, pick him up. Do anybody know? Go ahead, sis. Right. You know, not just that. Because the Lord knows how Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are. They know their attitude towards one another. They know they hate each other for no reason. They know they pick with each other for no reason. Especially our women. Our women just do things that I just don't understand. I understand why you hate each other. Especially like sisters, like, you know, this is a sidebar. Especially like sisters who have the same husband. You know, sisters who have the same husband, y'all like the same things. Y'all like the same things. So how much more should y'all like each other? How much more do y'all have in common? Why would you hate each other? You know, give me Matthew 18 and 22. Drop that verse for me, y'all. Give me Matthew 18 and 22. Because we got to understand, like, only way for us to build this empire, only for us truly be forgiven and truly be blessed by the Most High, you gotta sometimes bite your tongue with your brother and your sister. Sometimes it's a lot of things that I don't like what my brothers do, but under Commanding General Yohana, he taught me brotherhood. You know, he taught me brotherhood. He taught me to learn how to love my brother, even when it's hard. Even when it's hard. Even I cast things out of my mind. Because I know they are demons. I know demons jump on me and they be like, oh, well, your brother's trying to do this. Or your brother's trying to do that. Like, no, you know what? No, that ain't my brother. That ain't my brother. I ain't going to assume nothing. I ain't going to, if my brother offend me, I'm going to go to him. I'm going to say, bro, this is that and that it is. Like, man. Like, that's love, man. That's love. So we should all do that. We got to have mercy. We got to have compassion on one another. Or if we don't, we are oppressing one another. And we're doing exactly what the white man taught us to do. He taught us to be slaves. The white man is keeping us slaves. How? Through oppression. The scriptures say we are brought down through oppression. We are being diminished through oppression. You don't think you are oppressing your brother and sister? You think just oppression is, okay, the police riding through your neighborhood, the police unjustly taking you to jail, you being convicted, you been racially profiled for jobs, you been put on the bottom of a totem pole. You think that's the only oppression? That's not the only oppression. We oppressing each other by not loving one another. Oppression is real. In a black and Native Indian and Hispanic community. It's very real. And you got understanding, you got to be able to identify it. Non-sisterhood, non-brotherhood, that's oppression. Unwilling to forgive, that's oppression. Like stuff happens. Leave it alone. Okay, get over it. Shit happens. Get over it. Let it be gone. Let it be done. Get over it. Love your brother. Love your sister. Because if you don't, then the love of the Lord is not in you, and the Lord doesn't love you. If you can't love the daughters of Zion, if you can't love the sons of Israel, if you can't love the sons of the Most High, then you don't love the Most High. Because them are his children. You don't love his children. Even if you is one of his children. You ever heard a mother and father be like, don't treat your brother like that. Don't treat your sister like that. Don't do that. And they get on you. They get on you for acting like that. You love your mama, your mama love you, right? But your mama treat you like an outcast when you treat your brother and sister like that. How much more you think the Most High gonna do? The Most High knowledge is infinite. You know, he can't be attributed to mere humans. You know, that would be blasphemous. For me to try to attribute the love of the Most High to us. The only reason I apply them to each other like that is simply because not only do the Bible does it, but just to show you the earthly love. So how much more love do the Most High have? How much more wisdom do the Most High have? If you have that wisdom, if you capable of loving like that, how much more can the Most High love? You know, read that verse for me, y'all. Come on.
Matthew chapter 18, starting at verse 21. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how often shall my brother sin against me?
He said, Lord, how often shall my brother sin against me? Man, how often should my sister sin against me? She just keep picking. My brother just keep nagging. My brother just keep trying to finesse me. How often should I forgive him, man? He just getting on my nerve. She is so irritating. It's like, how often should I do How many times should I say, all right, bro, I forgive you? My own brother, he has a bad attitude. The way he talks to people is really horrible. Everybody knows this in the family. But I know that's my brother, and I know he loves me. That's just the way he is. I gotta learn my brother's character. I gotta love my brother for being my brother. I gotta love my brother. I gotta love my sister for being my sister. I know how my sister is, but I still gotta love her at the end of the day. Because if I don't love her, who's gonna love her?
Right.
Who's gonna love your brother in the UPK? Who's gonna love your sister in the UPK? We might as well be Jake in the world. If we don't have strife and we don't have enmity towards one another, we might as well be Jake in the world. Because that's no different than Jake in the world. What are we doing? Jake in the world loves like the scriptures. Jake in the world believe in the scriptures. Jake in the world loves the Most High. Some of them, at least. Well, how is we different from Jake in the world? What is commanding General Yohana showing us? What is the reason for him to even lend brotherhood and sisterhood out to one another? If y'all ain't gonna return it, he's showing you how to do it, just like Christ showed us, just like the prophets showed us. General Yohana is doing the same thing. General Muhammad is doing the same thing. Captain de Gaulle is doing the same thing. Captain Maurepas is doing the same thing. Captain Tazariak is doing the same thing. Captain Godard is doing the same thing. They all doing the same thing. That goes like a sister posted something on Facebook. What she said? She said, I wish the sisterhood was as strong as the brotherhood in the UPK. It is, and it should be. And we're going to make sure of it. Y'all sisters got to love one another. Y'all got to understand that y'all are who y'all got. Ain't nobody else got y'all back but y'all. So y'all gonna burn bridges with one another just why? Why? Why are sisters naturally jealous of one another? You know, General Muhammad was bringing it out the other day, like not too long ago, a couple weeks ago. Sisters seem like they just naturally jealous of one another. They naturally just hate one another. And I don't understand why. You know, it's like y'all all beautiful. Y'all all beautiful. Y'all all look good. Y'all all got different skill sets. Y'all got your own characters. So why don't y'all utilize that and prosper with that?
Right.
Why you hate your sister because she's good at cooking? Or hate that sister because she's good at cleaning? Or hate that sister because she's good at inventing? Or hate that sister because she's good at sewing? Like, the sisters in the UPK need to stop. That's not how we do things in the UPK. You know, and it's not all the sisters. It's not even majority of the sisters. It's a small few that can't love one another, can't cherish one another. You know, just like it's a small few of brothers. And you know, where they find their way at? Right out the door. They don't be in the UPK too long. There's a lot of things, there's a lot of pet peeves I got with my brothers and stuff like that, but I put it to the side because that's a female trait. Not only is that a female trait, but that's not brotherhood. I put it to the side because that's my brother. I love my brother more than I love my pet peeves. I love my brother more than I love picking any things that irritates me. I'm only gonna be irritated for a couple minutes anyways, and I'm gonna be right back talking to my brother. So what's the point of me holding a grudge for something I know that's not even that big of a deal? What I look like holding a grudge with Cap for something that's like cause I get mad because of the way he talked to me or something? What I look like holding a grudge when we gonna be kicking it, we gonna be chopping it up the next day, 2 minutes later, an hour later, 5 hours later? It's nonsense. We can't build a kingdom like that. We can't come together like that. That's natural enmity. You know, finish reading that verse for me, come on.
Con. And I forgive him till 7 times.
He said, and I forgive him 7 times till 7 times. You know, 7 times? You know, brothers and sisters hate to forgive each other 1 or 2 times. 7 times? That's what Christ said. Continue.
Verse 22. Jesus said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
Christ said infinity. Always forgive your brother. Always forgive your sister. Always. 70 times 7, the number 7 means perfection. That means keep that love going. Perfect that love. Perfect that forgiveness. Let it keep going. Because if you don't, you're oppressing your brother and sister. You causing demons on your sister that don't need to be demons on. You causing demons on your brother that don't need to be on them. Forgive them. For whatever thing that they did, forgive them. Abide, I'm going to forgive them. Nigga don't take the garbage out right. I'm going to forgive them.
What do you do first?
What do you do? I don't know, but I'm going to forgive him. He going to do something. Look at him. He going to buy that Taco Bell. That's what I'm forgiving him for. That nigga probably had Taco Bell today. You had Taco Bell today, Bob? Hey. Look at him. He said, hey. Oh, he did the Hall of Shame. He did the Hall of Shame. He said, oh, you got me out. Look, Cap probably be mad at me. I always leave stuff around. Cap got to tell me every day, like, pick up this napkin. Pick up this crumb. Nigga, you dropped the Cheerio. Pick it up. A Cheerio under the table. You see that Cheerio? You drop that drop of water, nigga, go mop. Nigga, mop that up. Like, you know, Cap be on me about that, but I love my brother. That's his character. That's who he is. What I look like getting mad at my brother because he want the school to be clean, or he want the area to be clean.
Right.
I'm just gonna follow the order. That's what sisters need to do. Just follow the order. You know, Shalaki, you try to come in the class, huh? Yeah. Come on in. You Deshaun? Yeah. What's going on, huh? Shalom, Lord in Christ, Most High in Christ. Yeah, that brother, yeah, I see you, huh? Yeah, you showed up. You made it way. On the real, you just got off of slavery, too. Yeah. That's zeal. That's diligence. He said he might not even be able to make it, Cap. Yeah. And he made it anyway. That's what's up. Most High in Christ. You know, read the rest of that verse for me, huh? That was it.
Con, sir.
Yeah, but that's oppression on your brother. That's oppression on your sister. You want something to eat, huh? Yeah, sis, make them something to eat. Yeah, that's oppression on your brother. That's oppression on your sister. You know, you have to forgive them. It don't matter what they do. You know, that's brotherhood, that's sisterhood. That's how we build an empire. That's how, when brothers see that, when new brothers and new sisters coming into the school, when they see that, they're like, man, that's real brotherhood. That's real sisterhood, man. We ain't got that. We ain't got that in the world. We ain't got love for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in the world. There is no love for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in the world. You know, so who got to give it to you?
Right.
Your brother got to give it to you. Your sister got to give it to you. Them are the ones that got to give it to you. You know, and if not, that's, like I said, that's oppression. What time is it? Give me 106 and 42 from me, because, you know, the topic today was about oppression, you know, the many forms of oppression and how to identify it, how to see oppression, how to notice it, you know, and it comes in different forms. We oppress each other The white man oppressing us, the system is oppressing us. You know, everything is oppressing the Lord's chosen people. And ultimately, the only way to get out of oppression is basically the two laws that Christ then summed up all the laws onto. Have no God above the Most High. Never have no God above the Most High. That's how you keep the Lord. That's when you keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You do not put no God above your God.
That's right.
When you keep the laws in these scriptures, when you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments in this book, in these scriptures, you put no God above your God. You're listening to your God. You show, because the Lord said, how do you love the Lord? Anybody know? Go ahead, sis. By keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's how you love the Lord. So the first commandment was put no God above thy God. You know, it's simple. Christ made it simple. It's not that hard. These other camps, these other groups, these churches, these Muslim mosques, and the Buddhist temples, and whatever the synagogues and whatever all they got out there, you know, the Lord is not with them. Because they don't know the scriptures. They don't know how, first of all, they don't even know brotherhood. They don't know it's not that simple. They causing stumbling blocks in front of their brothers and sisters. Like the one group, the purple guys, they talk about sisters can't wear pants. What the hell is sisters supposed to wear in the wintertime? You know? Go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
Which they call underwear or another skirt under the dress, or two skirts or a skirt and a dress.
Okay, so if you got two skirts on, is that gonna stop the cold ass wind chill from going over under your dress? I'm pretty sure it's not. Shit, you gonna have pneumonia in that. Just like it. Go ahead, sis.
So is leggings underwear or is leggings pants?
Leggings are pants. They are pants. I don't know what they think. You understand?
Right.
Now here's the thing. I done seen them cats. I done seen them sisters, man, and they doing horrible things to them. You know what I mean? They turn around and they tell them that they can't wear pants, they can only wear dresses, and you have to have fringes on your shirt. Right. You know what I'm saying?
They ask you for where your fringes
I turned around and I ran into 3 sisters from IUIC, and the first thing that they asked me was, "Where's your fringes at?" You understand? And I'm like, you don't have to have fringes on all of your clothes, on your work. I mean, that's actually disrespect to fringes. You know what I'm saying? To have on little baby fringes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Little itty bitty fringes. You can barely even see.
Cute fringes.
You know what I'm saying?
They all cute.
Man, come on.
Look at you with your little cute little
the sisters, they all had fringes, of course, on their dresses. You know what I mean? And it's nothing wrong with a sister wearing a dress and having fringes on or none of that. But it's not required on your everyday clothes.
Right.
Your garments in the Bible is talking about the garments that was first made for Aaron. You understand? It's
right.
Priestly garments.
Right.
Garments is not your everyday attire.
That's
right. If that's the case, they would have them on their pants. Right. They would have them on their drawers and their socks and their bras. Right. You know what I'm saying? They would have them on everything. Oh man, not just at the bottom of a t-shirt.
Right.
You understand? I ought to see fringes sticking off the side of niggas' socks. You understand? I ought to see fringes and borders of blue down the side of a nigga's socks. You know what I mean? But that's because they don't know what they doing, man. Right. They don't know what they talking about. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Sujan.
I see they do teach that if you can't wear the fringes on your t-shirt at your slavery, to put them on your tank top, your undergarment, and you'll still be keeping the law as if it's like a mandatory that you do keep, the fringes. I
I got you. And another sister from, IUIC had said that I had checked her and returned. I said, where your friends is at?
Right.
And she told me,